Hey Mike, hey Marshall. I just had a question about, since a lot of us are on here to get better with our dating lives. Back when I'm not sure if you're single right now or not. I don't think you are,
Hold on a
but
second.
assuming you were single, what is it like being an NFL, all a star in the NFL, and tell us about dating and how it works very quickly.
It's fun when you're in NFL and you're single. Dating is fun. Now, the bad part about dating is most of the time when you go out with a girl, they don't know how much you make, how much you're worth. When you're in the NFL, they know. So
Is there any cons to that?
the only con is you conning yourself that it doesn't matter. You got to understand it's an attraction. As you may be attracted to a blonde or a brunette, some people are attracted to money. Now, you just got to make sure that that's not the only reason why she's with you. Um, but when you are in your early 20s, man, and you're living in life. You're living in life, and then but you got to understand that life ends, and where does the life begin that you want to live for the rest of your life?
Beautiful. Beautiful. Hey, Kayla, actually, I wanted to ask you because you're an influencer, the whole humility thing. One of the things that I found is that this is something I mentioned. I don't know if you've heard me talk about this before, but so I host these huge pageants here and I host several different events. And it always
Hold
seems
on.
like it always seems like it is the prettiest girls who, hold on a second, guys, we're getting a little muting issue here. Go ahead. It always seems like it's the prettiest girls who are the most professional, right? Yeah, I end up having like I was talking with this about with Chloe Tere. She's like always on time. The photographers love to shoot with her, but there's a level of humility because right these women are being asked to do all this photography, and they're being paid to do it. So some of them come off as arrogant, but when you're humble, those are the ones who end up getting the most work.
Yeah, absolutely. I feel like it really depends from person to person, what your life story is and what you've been through and really what your intention is behind everything that you're doing in life. And I think, you know, for me, thankfully, I was raised right, and I've got great parents that have shown me the way to humility really being the best way to go about things. And no one's ever really going to want to work with you or bring you back or invite you places if you're arrogant. And it's the same thing for the men out there that are dating. You can tell immediately the difference of intention between somebody with ego and somebody with humility that wants to keep learning and growing and
Mm,
challenging themselves. And there is nothing sexier in this world than somebody that is intelligent and brave and secure, but also humble enough to still seek knowledge and know that you're never going to know everything there is to know. And there's always more information and knowledge out there. And for me personally, when I've been out and been introduced to some of these models that just have a big head, it doesn't make me want to hang out with them or be around them.
yeah,
So I think it's done me well. It's done me a service to be humble
yeah.
and kind to people.
That's just something I've noticed, Kayla, is that as I go up the ladder further, I've noticed that those girls tend to be way more professional and easier to work with. It's the opposite of what you think. It's the girl with the like 2,000 followers from Des Moines, Iowa, who's like, "Can you fly me out?" I'm like, "For what? The fuck am I going to fly you out for? We didn't. Caitlin Runk and Kindly Myers are doing this for free, and you want us to fly you out? Are you out of? But I don't say
Right.
that. I don't say that. I'm not stupid. I'm not going to say that. But that's like how I feel. It's just so crazy that it works like that. And then to the other analogy would be like a situation like Antonio Brown or Meta World Peace or Dennis Rodman or someone like that who's magnificently talented but difficult to work with and difficult to
Yeah.
coach. And it becomes where a lot of people just don't want to touch them after a while. You can think of numerous instances in the NFL where that happened, where a lot of times with athletes, it's like, does your talent overcome the drama that you bring? And then as a model,
Hmm.
does your professionalism and your looks overcome the drama that you bring? And the best thing is just don't bring any drama.
Just don't. Why are you going to do
Yep.
that to yourself? You're shooting
More
yourself
fun,
in the foot. But I
more fun to
think
win a
I
Super
think
Bowl.
a lot of people have to learn the hard way, though. They have to fall down and learn the hard way and embarrass themselves and hopefully they have some humility to be a
Yeah.
little bit embarrassed and learn the hard way, and then get back up and be like, okay, I'm not going to do it that way again. I've learned my lesson.
Actually, you know, this is a funny question. Marshall, have you noticed the guys on the outside, like when you think of Terrell Owens or Cortland Finnegan, or like the guys who played wide receiver or corner, they seem to have a different personality than everyone else. Michael Irvin, like, is it a function where you know you're going to get hit that hard, and so you have to have a delusional level of belief in yourself in order to be like that? Because I don't see running back like Derrick Henry seems like really quiet to me. What is this something you notice, that the guys on the outside, they seem to talk the most? Is it the speed thing? Is it the fact that you're going to get popped going 30 miles an hour? Like, what is it?
Before I say this, I have to. Before I say what I'm about to say, I have to preface the statement with this: I played with Isaac Bruce, Torrey Hope, Isaac King, Ricky Pro, Marvin Harrison. None of them were like that. All right, none of them. None of them. You never heard any issues of they were not like that. Now, my analogy for the receiver position and why is because so much has to happen for them to have success.
Yeah.
And their thought process when you're out there is you have to kind of like a boxer. You can't step in the ring thinking you're going to lose. You have to think you're the best of the best of the best there ever was. I don't care who you are if you want to be successful playing receiver. And that's their mindset. And their mindset is, I don't care what happens. If they throw me the ball, we will win. That's all they know.
Yeah.
That's all they know.
Yeah, you think about that whole episode where Terrell Owens was like, you know, yelling on the sidelines for San Francisco. A lot of, you remember that whole thing happens. A lot of people don't remember what happened the next game. They threw him the ball 15 times and they won. You know, the truth was Jeff Garcia did need to get him the ball more, you know? So it is one of these interesting things.
They, if a receiver, so let's say all the guys that I mentioned before I started talking about, they all thought like that. They just didn't externally show you that.
Yeah.
They kept it inside. Or Isaac or Torrey or even Marvin, they say, man, you better start throwing me the damn ball. Like they would say it, but it would never get outside of the locker room. And that's the difference.
There was always this interesting ritual, and I don't know if he did it when you were there, but Marvin Harrison would, after he'd score a touchdown, go to the end of the bench and then talk to no one. Is that something that was throughout his whole career? He looked angry and he wasn't angry.
No, that was just who he was. Like there was times when I used to look at Marvin and wonder, is football fun for you? Like, are you having fun? It just didn't look like it was fun for him.
Yeah. Same thing. I don't know if you saw the Barry Sanders.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I know Barry. I know Barry. Like Barry's just he's just a different dude, man. Just like Barry, one of my guys, man. I love that dude. Love him. Yeah. He's just, but once you get to really see Barry and know Barry, then you'll hear the jokes and he's funny, like his personality and his sense of humor. It's unbelievable. But yeah, just on the surface, just seems like a weird dude. Like weird dude.
Yeah.